Thanks for tuning in on Brock Page, and if you want to save yourself some time, check out my picks for this video in the description section below. Once again, I'm not a sports betting expert, I'm just a fan. I correctly picked 6 out of a possible 10 games in last night's action with another successful moneyline parlay. That said, let's go ahead and jump into some action for February 2nd. Philadelphia at San Antonio. The betting opened up with San Antonio as the 13.5 point favorite. Total points opened up at 209.5. Since then, the spread's currently San Antonio minus 15.5. Total points jumped up to an even to 11. On a side note, currently 52% of the money's on San Antonio to cover. All that said, let's take a look at some numbers against the spread. Phillies covered just 10 of 21 on the road and just 47% as the official road underdogs. In games at the current point spread, the Sixers are winless in 3 attempts. They're also 0-4 against the spread, facing teams giving up 99 to 102 a game. On the other side, San Antonio covers an impressive 73% of their games versus teams giving up more than 102 a game. They also cover a decent 55% as the official home favorite. At the current point spread, San Antonio has covered an impressive 75% of those games. That said, let's take a look at the total points real quick. Once again, they opened up at 209.5 and have jumped up to an even to 11. Both teams are collectively averaging 220 total combined points in their last 4 games respectively. Sixers games have gone over the line in their last 7 straight. San Antonio's games have gone over in 3 of their last 4. Having said that, I'm foregoing the spread and the total points. I like San Antonio winning this one outright as game 1 of my 2-teamer. Once again, I'm taking San Antonio winning this one outright as the first game of my 2-team moneyline parlay. Next game I have for you, LA Lakers at Washington. The betting opened up with Washington as the 11.5 point favorites. Total points opened up at 218.5. Currently, Washington's minus 11 on the spread, and the total points remain stagnant at 218.5. On a side note, currently 59% of the money's on Washington to cover. All that said, let's take a look at some numbers against the spread. Washington's a solid 60% against the spread overall in all games. They've covered an impressive 69% at home and 64% as the favorite. As the official home favorite, Washington's covered an impressive 71% of those games. Against teams giving up more than 102 a game, they've covered an impressive 68% of those games as well. On the other side, the Lakers covered just 43% of their games on the road and 47% as the underdog. Now, as the official road underdog, they've covered just 44% of those games in that category as well. When facing teams giving up more than 102 a game, they've covered just 41% of those games as well. That said, let's go ahead and take a look at the total points real quick. Once again, the line opened up and remains currently at 218.5. Both teams are collectively averaging just 208 total combined points in their last 4 games respectively. Both teams have gone under the line in 2 of their last 3 games respectively. That said, I'm bypassing the total points with the spread, and I'm picking a winner. I like the Washington Wizards winning this one outright as game 2 of my parlay. Once again, I'm taking Washington winning this one outright as the second game of my 2-team moneyline parlay. Well, folks, with the parlay in the books, there's still some other action in the NBA tonight. So let's break it down. Next game, Atlanta +9 at Houston. Currently 55% of the money's on Atlanta to win against the spread. The total jumped up 3.5 points from where it opened to a cool 225.5. On a side note, Houston's currently laying 500 for some moneyline cash. Speaking of Houston, they've gone 21-15 against the spread versus teams giving up more than 102 a game. They're also 12-9 as the official home favorite. On the other side, Atlanta's been unable to cover in any of their games earlier this season that were at the current point spread. They've also covered just 13 of 31 against teams giving up more than 102 a game. Now, when it comes to the total points, both teams are collectively averaging exactly 225 total combined points in their last 4 games respectively. That said, I'm foregoing the total points and the money line, but I am picking a winner against the spread. I like the Houston Rockets winning this one at -4 in a teaser. Once again, I'm adjusting the line and taking Houston -4, winning this one in a 5-point teaser. Next game I have for you, it's going to be the final game. Golden State -8 at the LA Clippers should be a good one. Currently 62% of the money's on Golden State to win against the spread. The line jumped up 1.5 points to a total of 227.5. On a side note, Golden State's currently laying 400 for some money line cash. Speaking of Golden State, they've covered a solid 63% of their games at the current point spread. Along with successfully covering the spread in their first 2 meetings with the Clippers, they cover a decent 56% against teams winning less than 55%. On the other side, the Clippers once again have gone winless against the spread in their first 2 matchups with Golden State. They've also covered only 6 of 12 as the underdog and just 49% overall in all games. When it comes to the total points, both teams have collectively averaged a staggering 231 total combined points in their last 4 games respectively. Even more, Clippers games have gone over the line in their last 4 straight. That said, I am foregoing the total points and the money line, but I am picking a winner against the spread. I'm taking Golden State -3 in the second game of my 5-point teaser. Once again, I'm adjusting the line and taking the Golden State Warriors -3 as the second game of my 2-team 5-point teaser. Well, folks, that's going to do it for me. Once again, I have to remind you that I am not an expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. If for some reason you decide to use the information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page, Predictions and Sports Picks, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.